My stickers didn't arrive today. I can take no duckies with me. You all done then, boy? Yeah. All right, you can play your video games since you're not going to see it for 4 days, 3 days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my feet hurt.
All right, you're going to make it.
Guys. Yeah.
Love you too. Thank you, Mitch. I am going to roll some dubage while we're sitting here, chilling, contemplating life. I need to get some more cones. Un momento. Roll you one. Oh, Renee, did you see that they changed the law about flying with weed? Now you can, if you have a medical card, you can fly with your weed. You can bring weed on a plane. They're going to stop looking for it so hard, the federal government said, because they're trying to be the ones that are, we're the ones that reclassified weed.
Well, if they can do that with weed, then they can do that with the morning after pill.
Yes, they can. Yes, Maggie had her baby. Baby's fine. We'll have all the details for you as soon as Maggie is ready to tell the world all the details. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's fine. If you have a medical card, you can carry it on a plane. They changed that today.
It still doesn't mean if the state you're flying into.
Right. Right, but airports are usually federally controlled, I think. So in the airport, you shouldn't be able to be arrested, but perhaps once you step outside the airport, maybe. Nice timing. Hey, take it easy, Mitch. Nice timing. Just packing a post-dinner bowl. Nice. Oh yes, I need to take that. Always travel with a pen. I don't want to hear about it, Eddie. Go by your mother. I got my fan. We're not playing that goddamn game. I don't know, Oren. I have no idea what this strain name is. Waffles or pancakes? French toast. No, out of the two of those, I'd take pancakes before waffles. Send ice to Iran. Yes. I glued my balls to my butthole again. Hang on a second here. Let me see how many of you voted and commented today on the polls. On the polls. Iran already has ice. Okay, community. $25,000 of you today voted. Favorite ice cream flavor? Cookies and cream, probably. Feel about what's going on with eating cats and dogs, Chinese torturing innocent. What? What? Green grass and yellow crayon flavor? Did the live just suddenly zig when it should have zagged? Chocolate and marshmallow is my favorite ice cream flavor. Good evening, folks, says Germ. How this damn COVID that they sent. What the fuck are you talking about, Michelle? Is a cat running across your keyboard right now? What the hell's a bump box? Would you rather have $30 million or be 30 years younger? $30 million. Pack that cone. Yes. That's exactly what I'm doing. Michelle, I don't know what's going on in your part of the world, but damn. You can throw 15 joints and bump. Welcome to YouTube chat. You don't have to be insane to type here, but it helps. So does that. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Michelle. Have you been to Twin Cities in Minnesota? Yes, but not for years. Thank you very much for the $2. See if I could just get all 350 some odd thousand people, 40 some odd, 30 some odd thousand people to donate $2. I'd be fucking golden. Oh, the cartoons in the 70s and 80s were insanely racist. The crows, oh yeah, all of it. The blackface. Yeah, Michelle, I get it. You're kind of having a night. It's okay. I heard what you said the first time. That's decoration, Germ. Decoration. And I know that's probably not what your JRM stands for, but that's it. the way it's coming out of my head. Germ.
Hey, knock it off.
Clyde, there's no room in here, buddy. Okay, yeah, go ahead and squeeze in here. You knocked that fan over, so help me, baby Jesus. Go on, get. I do play. Why are you abusing Clyde? What the fuck are you talking about abusing him? This dog is spoiled rotten. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm not done though. How is the inflation in the US? Rising. Everything costs more. Everything's probably gonna cost more as we continue down this path all summer fucking long, because he's not getting out of this fucking war anytime soon. That's for sure. $12-day war, my ass. Yeah, it's 11 weeks. But don't worry, every fucking day he tells us it's gonna end soon. Thank you for the gold coin, little hammer. Yeah, I'll take something here in a little while, but I gotta get up in the morning. I can't do NyQuil. I did a video about Massey being primary today. It'll air here tomorrow. Talking about Donald Trump's control over the idiots that still go to the polls with red hats on, and how. Did you know that primary against Massey by the Republicans, they're one of their own, a guy that's voted with Trump over 94% of the time. That primary is officially the most expensive primary in American history. Thomas Massey's own party paid $32 million to primary him. Ela, thank you very much for the $40 donation. Greatly appreciated. Cheers from a blue dot in Kansas. Cheers from a blue dot in Illinois. And I only say that because the town I live in is more red than blue, but turning purple. Oh, this is just whatever the hell's floating in the air. It's allergies. I'm not getting sick. I feel fine. My nose is just doing the fucking mamba. I'm going to take a couple of masks with me anyway, just in case. Grab a couple 100 watts, solarized batteries if you have money. Yep, Trump endorsed Paxson. That's going to be interesting. See how that one plays out. Chris, hello. Yes, allergies do suck. That's for sure. And this is just a case of what, like I said, whatever the hell's floating around in the air, making me sneeze. Perhaps I'm just allergic to my own bullshit. How am I doing today? I'm doing okay. It's a bit of a hectic time around here, but it's fine. What's wrong? Oh, Reese? Yeah. Local raw honey works great. Yeah, you know what? I just don't have time to go search out some local honey. Yeah, I'm going to Orlando tomorrow. 95 in Jersey today, 67 tomorrow. Go figure. It was in the 60s here. No, not Reese Witherspoon. Angel Reese, the basketball player, the WNBA player that played for Chicago for a couple of years and then was traded, I believe, to Atlanta. My son is competing in the National History Bee this weekend. So he and I are going down there while Renee goes to just help out with Maggie for a little while. Yeah, Tommy and I fly down tomorrow morning and we fly back Sunday. So for the next few days, well, the next couple of days worth of videos that we're going to be, she's working on now and that I'm going to schedule. So tomorrow's and Fridays are going to be normal content. But then while I'm down there, I'm going to be creating content of what's going on down there. And then that'll air up in here, Sunday, Monday, that type of shit. Yes, new grandchild is here, is healthy, mom's healthy, all the details to follow once mom's ready to release them all. Amen. The first 48. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Germ. Peace and pot from Virginia. Democrats lost to Georgia Supreme Court. Okay. I drove around in circles at the airport in Orlando when dropping off the rental. Got dizzy. Yeah, I'm not doing a rental. I got a car picking us up tomorrow to take us to the hotel. And then from there, if we go do anything off site, I made sure that the Uber app is up to date. We'll just Uber or take a cab. JJ, that's exactly what we're doing. Tommy's got the window, I got the aisle, and we're hoping nobody sits in the middle. We'll see. Yeah, United asked if I wanted to upgrade to first, but it's like another $200 ahead. What? Live resin? Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, resin. $250 there. Yeah, I don't dab though. I appreciate the heads up. Did you hear about what happened with to Spirit Airlines? Yes, yes, I did. They went under, and a lot of people lost their job. Did Maggie have enough room for all that food you brought down?
But it filled the fridge, okay?
Okay.
Because they don't have a full size fridge and freezer.
Okay.
Size, but it's literally probably the smallest full size you can get.
Right, and she's just got the little top freezer, right?
It's not what we have. And so, and she told me she had room for 4 pans. Man, 4 pans, I would have filled the whole freezer.
Right?
So, anyways, so she had asked me if I would go get some groceries on Friday, and I go, yeah, let's put a list together because I'll cook. You know, we'll figure it out, blah blah blah. And she goes, Mom, there's no room. And I was like, Magnolia, there's gotta be room.
But there isn't, is there? Thank you, user. I appreciate the kind words. Watchdog, how you doing? Weed's not legal in Florida, is it? I didn't think it was. Oh. Florida allows medical use of MJ. Yes. Not in Georgia. No. Thank you, Ricardo. It's a long fucking time, the NAQO. Mason, hello. Missouri, yeah. What Puerto Rico has medical use for specific plant dispensaries relatively common. Did Renee have to buy a new computer? How did you know about Renee's computer? Oh, I haven't been watching. I hadn't watched a single video from anybody all fucking day. I don't even know what the news of the day is today. Yes, she did. That's what she's working on over there. She just got it up and running and she's doing her first batch of vidges on it. Joe mentioned the pizza the other day. Yeah, them sons of bitches will not let me ship pizza to Toronto. And it's just annoying as fuck. You said the dad from the necessary conversation is beyond saving, and I agree, but do you believe the same is also true of the mom? I think the mom is I think the mom's probably not as harsh as the dad, um, and better at hiding, like, when she feels like it's not worth the fight, you know what I mean? Um, is she gone? She seems like if something negative happens to her, she's like, "Oh, this is not right." So, no, probably not all the way gone. The old man is his brain is fucking mush. You thought he died? Not yet. He's not doing well. But I guess he's pretty stable. He's in like a rehab center. He had a hell of a bout of something. Oh, the mom is a cult member too. Don't get me wrong. They're both deep into it. Thank you for the whatever that is, McWheels. Fredward, what's up, Freddie? Come here.
of your formidable.
The mom is subservient to the dad and regurgitates whatever he browbeats into her single brain cell. Holy shit. I saw a video of the siblings with her mom and a trans woman, and the mom was actually pretty chill. Yeah, listen, obviously, like I said, the mom is far less insane than the old man is, but I mean, she's still fucking bad. Good evening back at you, Robert. I went into the wrong workflow. God damn it. Baby has arrived. Baby is healthy. Mom is healthy. When mom's ready to release all the details, weight, height, length, all of that stuff, and circumstances, then we'll be able to give them to you. But we're giving her time to deal with the first couple of days post baby. Renee's going to go back to her place and help out for a couple days, just, as moms tend to do. Yes, John, trash begets trash. Is there an inscription on your wedding ring? And if so, care to share it? No, there is not one.
You can barely afford the rings.
Where in Orlando are you staying? I don't remember the name of the joint, but it's, I don't know, something affiliated with the national organization that puts on the event. One of the siblings said the mom could actually be reasoned with through exposure and when dad was not present. Personally, I think that long term you probably could actually save her. Dad is gone. Yeah, dad is definitely gone. He is fucking beyond gone. Um, yeah, I don't know if she could be saved with long term exposure with him not around. Maybe she could, maybe she couldn't. I mean, at this point in time, it almost doesn't fucking matter. She how old is she? Her life is what it is. Yeah, I gotta then go through them and figure out which one didn't come over. But I got enough to get me through the next 2 days, no matter what. Because how many shorts do you have? Hmm.
22 shorts.
Okay, so all of them came over. I'm going to schedule while I talk to you fine folks, so bear with me. You're a good boy. I really don't have room in here though, homie. I got a lot of stuff in here. Okay. What else is new here? Been a fraud since he crawled out of the woodwork back in '83 with his daddy's money. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has known what a piece of shit this guy is for 6 fucking decades. And I know you said the '80s, but I mean, I think it goes back further than that as to people who really know this guy and what a piece of shit he is. And then we've all known it because he's put himself in front of a camera every chance he got. '22, 10:30. Schedule. Check. My butter stress ball stick? You got a lot of stuff going on? Oh, shit, yeah. Well, once again, May 7th was our wedding anniversary. May 10th was Mother's Day. May 13th was my birthday. May 16th was Maggie's birthday. May 19th, Maggie gave birth to her first child. May 17th was the anniversary of my sister-in-law's passing. This weekend, I'm going to Orlando for the Nationals with Tommy, and my wife is going to help out our daughter. When we come back, Tommy graduates on fucking Thursday from 8th grade. Does he have one more trip in there or no? No. Yeah, it's one thing on top of another. So it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy.
Hey, Edward.
See, that's her yelling at her cat. That's Eddie. Oh, congrats on the new grandchild. Thank you very much. Like I said, there'll be more details in the days to come. We just got to give the mom a little room to begin with. You a fan of different cheeses or stick to the basics? Well, like, give me an idea of what your idea of a different cheese is. I think I pretty much stick to the basics, but depends on what your idea of different cheeses is. Like my predominant go-to for like a burger or a turkey deli sandwich is going to be pepper jack. You stayed at a hotel suite that was $650 a night the last time you were in Orlando. Ouch, ski. Yeah, yeah, we did because we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
That is not.
So this is going to be 12:30 tomorrow, and that's going to be 12:30 the following day. 22, 12:30 time zone, and there you go. Yeah, pepper jack is my favorite. Remember when he was fucking around with those little underage tennis players, even though he got a new jersey change? Yeah, Monica Seles, I think, went and stayed at his place for I don't know how long. Yeah, exotic cheeses like brie and all kinds of weird soft cheeses that one would put on a shark booty board. I'm not down with all of that. That's not my jam. Okay, so this one's gonna be 1:30 tomorrow, and this one's gonna be 1:30 the next day. Time zone 30, 1:30. Yes, I did say shark booty board. That's exactly what I said. Not a fan of Gouda. No, I'm not a fan of brie or blue cheese or like the cheeses I like are pepper jack, cheddar, obviously American for certain things. Um, provolone. I don't do Swiss. Um, I said cheddar.
Okay.
A Monterey Jack. I'll do. Depending on what we're using it for.
But you'll do like the spicy ones too, like a horseradish.
Or like a cheddar, like a spreadable cheddar with bacon in it. I can do that. Velveeta. So the only time we use Velveeta is when we're making an appetizer called dog food, which is melted Velveeta with browned spicy breakfast sausage, like ground spicy breakfast sausage, and then you scoop that out with like a melon baller and put it onto these little slices of rye bread and like toast them in the oven. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but a gentleman in, I want to say either Kentucky or Tennessee, I did a video about it today that I'm going to schedule here, was arrested for posting something in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. And it became a national public outcry. And they finally let him go. And he sued. And the lawsuit was settled. He got $835,000 because they wrongfully arrested him for posting a meme. I almost want somebody to come arrest me. You're playing Shredder's Revenge on your Xbox? I don't know shit about the game. I don't know anything about Xbox or PlayStation or whatever other consoles are out there. I have no fucking idea. Okay, so this one's gonna go 230. And this one is gonna go 230 on the 22nd. Time zone, Chicago. 230, 230. I dig solitaire as well. You were too white to be arrested? I don't know. Jesus Christ. What? Homie. Sorry, bud, but I gotta work too, you know. You're spoiled. We're home all day. 3 o'clock.
He wants to go lay down is what the problem.
That story of the teen who sent you threats. Oh, I don't even know if it was a teen. It was just some fucking kid. I don't even. They never gave me his. I think he might have been an early teen. Yeah, he was sending me death threats all over TikTok for fucking months. And so I gave all the screen names and screen grabs of all of it to the FBI, and they tracked him down through the IP and found it was some fucking kid doing it. The parents didn't even know it was happening. And then this one's going to go on the 22nd. But he will go lay down in a little bit. Okay. Man, I made some fucking content today that was all over the place. Some that might even piss some folks off, especially my video on chiropractor.
Yeah, you were doubling down all over.
Yeah, I was kind of shitting on chiropractors today. Took a nice steaming pipe and hot shit right on the whole fucking practice. All the saps that put $100 down on a Trump phone. Well, now they got their phone, or they're getting them anyway. These refurbished 3-year-old phones, but they have a headphone jack, so you can plug in your fucking headphones.
Five Below and get a pair of headphones to plug in.
Conley, hello. And they have the Trump name on them, yes. Have I ever vacationed in Canada? For a singular night before I got on a cruise ship with my wife. Okay, so this one's going to go 4 o'clock. And then this one's going to go 4 o'clock. We all know Trump went to China to get the phone. Listen, he obviously found somebody in China that was willing to unload a shit ton of old phones for dirt fucking cheap so that he could say that he fulfilled, these orders, and look, I got everybody their phones, and the fake news media is giving you more lies and all that fucking bullshit. But at the end of the day, until the backlash started, there was no. They had announced that they weren't even doing the goddamn phones. Okay, so this is going to be 4:30. Oh, hang on a second. Did I just do 4? 4 o'clock. Okay. Would I do Amtrak coast to coast? Once upon a time, yeah, but probably not now. If we had high speed rail, I would consider it.
But tell them what it was going to cost us to go to Florida and how long.
What was it going to cost again?
A person.
Yeah, that's insane. And it was like, yeah, it was fucking crazy. If we could get some high speed rail, I would definitely travel by rail. Baby news? Question mark. Grandbaby is here, healthy. Mom is healthy. Mom's going to have when she's ready to release all the details on social media, then we will follow suit. How long until you start seeing trolls leaving? Leaving C question mark. Trump done gave us the phones. Yeah, I'm sure that we're going to see that at some point in time, but I doubt you're going to see many videos of people actually showing off them bad boys. I don't think people are going to be like, "Hey, man, check out my new phone." There are going to be a couple of idiots that are going to be like, "See, here's the new phone, libs." So this new talking point out of the right, which is they're all going to go to Los Angeles by the hundreds of thousands and vote for the right-wing mayoral candidate there because California doesn't check ID when you vote, so we can all just go to California and vote for this guy, is fucking hilarious. So I did a video today saying, yeah, because they were like, watch the libs lose their mind at us even suggesting it. And I'm like, no, go. I think that millions of you should try it because you're all committing a fucking felony in the process. And you're dumb enough to think that that's how it works, that you just roll into a polling place in a state that doesn't check ID and you can just vote without anybody asking you any questions. You just tell them you're here for a ballot. That's how dumb these fucking people are. Yeah, being on high speed rail during an earthquake would suck. Have I ever been to Hawaii? No, no. And if we ever go to Hawaii, it's probably going to be not probably, it's going to be during the when the whales are there. because we saw the whales up in Alaska and then learned that those same whales go to Hawaii, I think in they're down there in like February. So if we ever go to Hawaii, which we are probably going to go at some point in time, it's going to be during those months so that we can do a whale watching tour there and then see if we can see the same whales that we saw in Alaska because they are marked by their tail fins. There's a whole group of Capitol Police that came together and sued the federal government. Trump's AI Space Force posts reminds me of Mirror Mirror from Star Trek. The Japanese are number one when it comes to high speed rail. I'm guessing Japan has systems built into their bullet trains to cope with tremors. If we're going to go to Hawaii, go by cruise ship. We might, if I could figure out how to make sure that tour, that whale watching tour, is on the agenda. Okay, this is 6 o'clock. Sorry. And this is 6 o'clock the next day. 22nd. 6 o'clock. You ever put your underwear on backwards and not notice until you had to take a piss and the urinal? No. Trump needs to be brave and go to space. Show us how amazing he is by moonwalking without a suit. As a communist, I find it laughable that conservatives think all the shit they think. You're like the George Carlin on YouTube, and you should honestly go to comedy clubs as you remind me of him. Well, I appreciate that, but you're obviously not on TikTok. The communists over there hate me with a fucking passion. Yeah, I did notice that. Most cruises that go to Hawaii, because I was looking at them like a year ago, they go out of San Diego. Some go out of Los Angeles, but most are San Diego. Well, the Hunter virus is already here in some capacity, but we're not going to talk about either one. Bay City, Michigan, how you doing? Let's go. This is going to be 6:30. And 6:30. Oh, I need to make a fucking thumbnail for this. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. 35 to 60%. Yeah, we're not going to discuss that because it tends to get channels banned. So pass on that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Today's the 20th, correct? Renee?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. Trans woman with a biracial son. I had a naturalized citizen before I came out and removed all my videos as long as I know. No, that's not how it should be. 20. My sister lives in Hilo. Went there in 2014. Wonderful trip and stayed on the residential side. No, I've never been to Hawaii. I have been to Alaska. Um, shit, where am I at here? I am here live. There we go. Impromptu live. Insert thumbnail. Scott Jennings is a vile piece of shit. Your videos give me hope. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Proper hashtag right there. Save. Where in Alaska? We did a cruise up the Alaskan coast. So we went through, we left out of Vancouver and we got off in Seward and flew out of Anchorage. And in between, we saw Enchantment Bay, the glacier in Enchantment Bay. We went to Icy Strait Point, Sitka, Ketchikan. Went through the passage. And I can't remember if there was another stop along there. I don't think there was. Did we see polar bears? No, we actually had phenomenal weather. It was in the 60s and not raining for most of it. We saw orcas, we saw humpback whales, we saw some seals, obviously a shit ton of birds. What were them fuckers swimming around eating the fish in the creek? Seals, sorry.
I would do that whole entire cruise all over again, right?
And hope you got the same weather. Well, tell your son, age 11, I said hello. Trey, how you doing? Fish eaters, yes. My street number was 668. I'm technically the neighbor of the beast. I see what you did there. We did have a good time. So, like I said, the first day was a sea day and it was going through the passage. And then we went to Ketchikan and we just walked around and shopped at Creek Street. It was actually not a bad excursion because the town is like right there when you stop when you dock.
Then we got crab too.
Yeah, yeah. But no, Ketchikan was nice. We did in one of the stops. We did the that's what's the big town? Juneau. Is that where we did the whale watching? No, it wasn't Juneau. It was
I cannot remember. I can look at one of the videos.
fucking A. Because we did the gondola ride to the top at Icy Strait Points. In Sitka, we stayed on the ship. In Ketchikan, we did shopping. And in what the fuck is the name of what the fuck is the name of that town? No, it's not Fairbanks.
Oh, it was Juno. Sorry.
Yeah, Juneau, right? Okay, yeah. So we did the whale watching tour in Juneau, I believe.
It's Enchantment Bay and Hubbard Glacier.
Yeah, and then we got off the ship in Seward, Alaska, and we took a bus to Anchorage, and we flew out of Anchorage. Alaska Air. What a fucking airline. Maryland, how you doing?
I'm almost done with the shorts.
Guys, I'm going to be wrapping it up here very shortly, just to give you an idea of how much more time we have. So get your questions, thoughts, or more important, donations in. Just kidding. Air Canada. I've never flown Air Canada. Um, we would do Southwest a lot, but now they're not necessarily the best option anymore. And I like United, so I want to start flying United more. Thank you kindly. I will be making some content from down there once we get down there. Yeah, the whale. So in Juneau, Alaska, the excursion we took was a combination. It was a whale watching tour that was a pretty nifty little tour on this little boat. We got to see some pretty decent sights, and then afterwards, we went to a salmon bake.
They had these little waterfalls.
Yeah, yeah, by little waterfalls, and they had it was baked salmon and baked beans and salad and some desserts and elk rib and rice and a clam chowder. It was a fantastic little lunch. Gator World in Florida was fun. I'm going to be in Orlando the next few days, and I'm highly considering. I was talking to my son about it today. Um, Looking for us to try and do one of those airboat gator tours that are there in Orlando. I told him, I said, listen, I want to do Universal when mom's with us, and I don't want to do Universal on Memorial Day weekend. I would rather have a living snake shoved up my urethra than try to navigate Universal Studios on Memorial Day weekend. So I was looking on Viator. There are a couple of different things we can do down there, and there happens to be like a handful of different airboat gator tours. No, I'm not in Florida yet. I will be tomorrow for a few days. Traffic in Orlando will be fierce. I'm not renting a car. I'm either taking cabs or Ubers everywhere. Would I rather spend a week in Florida or a week in Ohio? Probably Florida, because at least I'd have a fucking beach for people to swim, in warm weather. Every time you join my stream, you get hungry for me talking about food.
Husband.
Yes, right on. Guys, we're gonna wrap up here now. I'm gonna go put my feet up. Watch for content in the coming days. Thank you for the $10 donation right before we close shop. Look at that. Watch for content in the coming days. Well, the next 2 days worth of content here on YouTube are going to be regular content. That's what we just scheduled. But then in the couple of days following that, it'll be content that I'll be making in Orlando from the stuff that we're doing down there. So watch for that stuff. There shan't be a Saturday night live with Renee, considering we will be in two completely different states at that time and probably both extraordinarily exhausted. We could go live. That's not a problem, but I don't know that we're necessarily going to. But exactly, Renee won't have privacy, and I'll probably be dead to the passed out. You know what I mean? Plus, I'll be an hour ahead. So anyway, you guys take it easy, and we'll talk again soon.